What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to give a little bit of an update because I know I've been MIA lately, and that's because I sold the last van I've been working on. If you've been following along in the channel, then you know about my Mercedes Sprinter van that we've been converting. Well, that one's been sold, and since then I've been basically trying to find a new van, which has proved to be very difficult. It seems that everybody wants to build vans right now, so it's almost impossible to buy a new van right now. There's no inventory anywhere at any of the dealers. When you look online, you think you found one, and then you call up, it's already sold. And the ones that are there, they want like 10,000 more than I've paid last time. So anyway, after searching around for a few weeks now, not being able to find anything, I finally just broke down and went to a Dodge dealership and ordered one, which is kind of cool because I was able to order one exactly the way I want it, exact options I want. But I know that's gonna take like 6 to 8 months if I'm lucky for that to arrive. And right after I ordered that one, I found one online that was available, and it was pretty close to exactly what I wanted. It was another Dodge Promaster 159 wheelbase. I was able to get that one. So now I have a new van, which I'm gonna start building today. And in 6 to 8 months, I have another one coming. So hopefully I'll have this one built out and sold before that happens. Otherwise, I'm going to have 2 vans. So today, I'm gonna work on the subfloor. If you're new to the channel, I'll be making videos on the whole process, and you guys can follow along and check it out. Brand new van, driving it home from the dealership. Van actually drives so much better once there's some weight in it. When it's all empty like this, the shocks are set up to carry a lot of weight as a cargo van. It doesn't drive well empty. It's very like bouncy. So each of these sheets are 4 foot by 8 foot. So I figured out it's gonna be exactly 3 sheets, 4 feet, 4 feet, 4 feet. This is 12 feet long, so. I've got this one cut to the width here of the van. And of course this is 4 feet. So now I'm just gonna scribe this in. My scribe here. Okay, so you can see the distance here. So I drilled a hole in my scribe so the pencil will fit through there. And then just brought it over here and scribed away there and over here. And now I can cut that off with the jigsaw. That came out pretty good. Just needed one little extra trim around the edge there after I put it in. Doesn't need to be 100% perfect right now because the finished floor will go over this, but that's pretty darn good, I'd say. Nice and lined up. So now 2 more sheets to cut. I should probably mention that I am going to be putting insulation below the subfloor. So I'll have 1-inch cross beams going across with 1-inch foam insulation, then the subfloor. But I like to cut everything in place and get everything fit perfectly before I put the insulation in. That way I'm not crushing the insulation while I'm trying to measure the wood. So I get everything cut in place and then I lift it up. Put the insulation down in the cross beams. Then I screw down the subfloor on top. Okay, now it's looking better. Nice and straight. One more piece to go. Could this cut get any more complicated? I can't really test fit it until I make all the cuts, so I'm not sure how I'm doing yet. First try. That pretty much never happens. Perfect fit. Probably gonna stop for today, and then tomorrow I'll start putting in the cross beams, insulate, and then secure the floor down to the cross beams. When I remove them, you can see there's a hole straight through the bottom of the van. So before we start the insulation and the cross beams, we have to seal these up. I'll show you how I'm gonna do that now. So I just used some quarters and some silicone to seal up the holes from the tie downs. And there were 8 holes in total. For the cross beams, I found these pieces of wood at Home Depot that are exactly 1 inch thickness and 4 inches of width. So typically 1x4 at Home Depot would be 3/4 inch thickness and 3.5 inches of width. So these are actual 1 inch by 4 inch. It was important to find some 1 inch thick pieces of wood because that's the exact thickness of the insulation I'm going to be using. So the only other thing I'm going to do is cut these directly down the middle on the table saw, which will give me 1x2s. Okay, everything's cut to length. Now I'm going to put the foam board insulation in between. And this is exactly 1 inch thickness, just like the cross beams. So that's why I needed the 1 inch cross beams. And you can cut this with a razor blade knife, but it's a lot easier to just cut it on the table saw. It's a lot faster. So that's what I'm gonna do. Cut these to size, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So you can see I'm taping off the seams here as I go. Now I can place the first sheet in. And before I do that, I'll just mark on the walls where each of the beams are so I know where to screw down once I put the wood in. Here you can see I'm using my chalk line to mark off where the beam is below the subfloor. This way I know where to screw in and it keeps everything nice and lined up. All finished. Everything's screwed down. Just need a little more silicone along here and here. That's going to do it for this episode. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to have a whole series on this van build, and it will be for sale at the end. Thanks a lot. Bye.